Hey, what's up guys? It's Kathy and I'm back with another process video, and this one is for the JustNick cut file shop, and I'm using the funky floral background. And if you hear noises, one of my cats is in the room with me and she's sleeping on a plastic bag, so I apologize. This microphone tends to pick up a lot of stuff. So I cut the file out of white cardstock originally, and that was because I really at the time was not sure what I was going to do with it. It's not quite the type of file that you would want to back, but you could if you were doing it with like more solid colors. And I just thought I was going to put it on pattern paper, and then after I was like really looking at it, I was like, this would make a really cool stencil. And you guys know I like to do the stencil thing with JustNick cut files, so I did. And the great thing is that I have two things now, because I have the background, but I also still have that cut file, which is a good reason to cut your cut files out of a color you would use, because if I just cut it out of like a random color specifically to use it as a stencil, then I wouldn't have it. But it looked really cool both ways, so I am happy with it. But I love how this stencil turned out. Like I was blown away how happy I was with it. I know that's kind of sounds like an overstatement, but no, I seriously was. Oh, she's laying back down on stuff again. Her name is Piper. She's a bad girl. Usually I don't let them in my room because they will walk all over my projects, and they've smushed my ink and stuff before. But anyway, so I used Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I used it in a variety of colors. I used it in cherry, primrose, peach, butter, citron, citron, and the blue, which is just teal. And it gave a really awesome rainbow effect. There's a little bit of mixing there with the red and the blue, and it kind of has a little purple in the middle and stuff like that. And it was really dark when I sprayed it, but it dried very light. I didn't do anything to it. I just let it dry. Heidi Swap Color Shine does not take a long time to dry if you're just spritzing it. So after I was done with it, like, I don't even like rainbow colors. I'm not a rainbow person. I like non-traditional rainbow colors. So for me to use like a actual rainbow color is a little weird, and it was daunting. And this is one of those layouts where people sometimes wonder what comes first. Spraying that came first, and then I found a photo that I thought would work well. So I just went through my photos, and I knew I was doing a mother theme. So I wanted to find something. Originally I was trying to find like a picture of myself, and I was going to call myself a unicorn mom, just with the rainbow and stuff. But then I realized most of the unicorn embellishments that are out right now are not really rainbow. They're more just kind of typical girl colors, like pink and teal and purple and stuff like that. So I decided against that, and then I found this picture of my daughter and I, and you know, I don't have a lot of pictures with like all three of us or anything like that, so unfortunately I just kind of went with what I could find. But she's got this bright orange shirt, and I just thought it would look really cool with it. I just grabbed a bunch of papers that were really no joke, just sitting on my desk from some other projects that I was working on, and the colors matched so well. And I just decided to do this kind of banner effect layering, and I love how it turned out. Like, super love how it turned out. Really happy with it. Those tissue paper things you saw me working with were Jane Davenport. They're like a mixed media. They were just basically like napkins that have prints on them. And I bought them for doing some like mixed media art journaling type stuff. I haven't done a whole lot of that, mostly just because I don't really have the time or an art journal. So, yeah. But I did buy them for something like that, and I have used them. So this isn't like my first time. I decided to put some corners, and that is Pink Paisley Wild Child collection, and it's kind of the girl one, because there's like a boy themed one and a girl themed one. And I only bought like a few of the papers and some of the embellishments. And this was one of the papers, so I was hesitant to cut into it because the opposite side is a really cool polka dot, like a blue polka dot. But I did. And I really like the corners. I put the small one on the bottom and the big one on the top, and usually I wouldn't do something like that, but it actually looked really good, and I was really happy with it. So the washi tape was from Simple Stories. I think it was from last year's summer collection or 2 years ago summer collection, and it's just rainbow, so it worked. I decided at that point that I wanted to bring in some like acetate frames and stuff like that, because that way I could still see my background. I wouldn't be covering up a whole lot of it. So I'm going through grabbing any of the ones that I think would look cool, and I love that one, You Are My Whole Heart. And when else am I going to get to use something like that? So I end up finding 3 that I really like. That one there, and that's the one that's all kind of like pretty and shapely and kind of like an old like antique mirror looking one, is an old K and Company one, and I have quite a few of them, and I've just never used them, and they're really pretty. So I feel like I have to use them. So you can see like I'm starting to maybe embellish with ephemera pieces, die cut pieces, and I realize, no, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to do it with like big chunky stuff like I was bringing out, because I'm going to cover up a whole bunch of that background. And I'm so pleased with it. Like when I first started this layout, I was like, this is not going to look good. I'm not going to be happy with this. This is so not me. And by the end of it, I'm like, this might be my most favorite layout that I've made in the past like few months. I'm not sure. I mean, I've made a lot of layouts that I really like, but this one kind of came together so oddly perfectly that I just ended up being really, really happy with it. In the end, yes, I'm going to keep the You Are My Whole Heart. And then I really liked the look of the acetate on top of the acetate. It just kind of gave like an interest, but I am not going to keep that there. Just for simplicity's sake, I just decided to kind of go a little bit more simple. And I brought the acetate heart down to the bottom just because that sunshine was up at the top, and I thought it'd be a little weird to have like an embellishment cluster right up there in the corner and then one like right beside it. It just seemed a little weird to me, so I'm gonna leave it. So I'm going to look through die cut pieces from a whole bunch of different companies. Some is Doodlebug. Some is from the Wild Child collection as well. And I think in the end, as much as I'm bringing out a whole bunch, it's more so like I just go through, bring out what I think I might like, play around, and whatever I don't, I just put back in the pack after the layout's done. So I usually will bring out way more than I'm ever going to use. But I'd rather not be searching through a bin, find one thing, then go back and find another thing. I'd rather go through the whole pack, look at it, and grab everything I like. Obviously, that doesn't really work with stickers because I don't want to get them stuck anywhere. But as you can see, like I loved that one that said Happy Girls. And as opposed to thinking I'm going to find something better, I'm just going to stick it down because I like it. And this typewriter is from Amy Tangerine, and I think it was the Hustle and Heart collection. And I accidentally ordered 2 of those, so I have 2 packs of those chipboard pieces, and they're dimensional and one little part was falling off, so I just glued it back on and used the hearts from that chipboard set as well up at the top and the bottom, and then that kind of brought in those colors but also that gold. So I'm going to stay away excuse me. The Wild Child collection for girls is embossed. My hair is crazy. Okay, tangent. Back off the tangent. It has it's not embossed, but it has metallic foiling on a lot of it, and it's this beautiful teal, but I don't want that because I'm bringing in the gold, so I really don't want to overdo it with that kind of stuff. So I'm going to stay away from using it. And I loved that little Wild and Free heart. I do move it somewhere different because I realized that you start to lose the shape of the heart, of the acetate heart, the more I put stuff on it. So that's why I ended up moving it, so I could still kind of see that that was a heart shape. And I'm adding little chipboard hearts from Wild Child as well. And I don't think I add too much after that. Quite honestly, I just really liked that acetate piece over there on the side as the title, and being very clear and unobstructed, and just getting to see the background but also having the title. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I do add a little bit of white splatters with dilutions, and it's not gonna show up a whole lot, but it just gave a little bit of interest since it was a white. The flowers ended up being white. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Mother's Day, and I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. Bye.